Well, hello, this is DragonComa coming today with a deck profile a little bit higher end. What I mean by that is a little bit more expensive than my normal deck profiles, or normal decks I usually own. And this is going to be Prophecies because my decks are usually under $60 when I make them, but this one's like so high. It was a challenge for me for two reasons, and I'll explain at the end of the video. But this deck now holds a very special place in my heart, and I'll explain why also at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get to the deck profile so this video won't drag out too long. I play triple Blue Boy. Everybody does pretty much. There's no reason not to play 3. He is just your Stratus of the deck. Lets you search out any spellbook spell. Very good card. Lets you go into your fate plays and whatnot. Yep. Playing 3 Priestess. You do not know me, I normally don't go for high rarity, but I do have the Secret Priestess, and there's a story behind this one actually. Playing 1 World. I would be playing 2 Priestesses, but this one's special for a reason. And the thing is about Priestesses and World is that this is more of a control variant. World's a great card, but it's for those huge 1-push plays, whereas Priestess is more for this constant popping and blah da 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 da, instead of just all in no fear, you know. This is just in there just to get rid of stuff over a little bit at a time. And it's also a little bit better because it can bring itself out, whereas this really cannot bring itself out, which is a problem. So, but World is kind of standard now at 1 because it's your JD for 1 turn. It's pretty good, and you always play 1 usually. That's about it. 2 Temperance. Temperance is only really in here for World because World has a problem bringing itself out. That's why you play the Temperance. And although it's nice to bring a Priestess out, 50% of the time Priestess will bring herself out, so you don't really need to worry about that. But Temperance is also, if bring Priestess out with Temperance is nice, so just play 2. Then for non-spellbook or prophecy monsters, I'm playing 2 Breaker. I hate Wiretap, hate any negation things, hate Black Horn of Heaven, hate anything that just annoys the heck out of me. This thing helps a lot. And also becomes a 1900 beater, so it can crash into Thunder King if needed. Then I'm playing 2 Jiaogen because, excuse me, Jiaogen, I would be playing Kaiku, but I don't have the other Kaiku. I don't have 2 Kaikus, and I need to for this deck to work correctly. But this thing just prevents special summoning, which is very, very important. Although this is more of a slow-paced format, at my locals, everybody's playing fast-paced decks, like, well, not exactly fast-paced, but faster-paced decks than normal people with like water decks, dragon decks, especially with a new Lightsworn deck. This thing just helps so much because they can't spam. That is for the monster count. That's 13 monsters, 1 more than extra than most spellbook decks, but I like this build. And onto the spells. I'm playing the triple Crescent. Now, people have been arguing this card's not good, and I agree with them. It's not as great as people make it to be. But the thing is, you want to draw into this very, very quickly. And if you have a Secrets in this, or a Blue Boy in this, that's just an amazing hand right there. And with 3 of them, it's more likely to happen. And it's also a reveal card for my Priestess, so it takes less time to get Priestess on board. 3 Secrets, because Secrets is just your Rhoda for anything, including Blue Boy, which is amazing. 2 Tower, because actually this tower is a British one, so I'm pretty happy about that. Got it for a really, really good deal. And the thing is, with the new ruling coming out that spellbook, with that field spell cards, there can be 2 of them on the field at the same time. This just becomes so much better because even though you can't get your special summon off, you're still going to be recycling the most of the time, and that's going to help you win games. 2 Master, 3 is kind of cloggy, although 3 isn't bad. I've actually played 3. 3's actually worked for me, but 2 is usually all you really need. You don't want to take up deck space with a third one anyways. Two wisdom, as I said, a little bit more on the control basis. So if they try to Fiendish Chain, Bottomless, Raigeki Break, stuff like that, that just tries to destroy. You can just put this thing on there. It's really nice. And also, it doesn't lower your attack if you're protecting your own monsters. Although it doesn't have the versatility of lands, it's still like a lance that doesn't have a cost or a downside. To Eternity, if you're this deck just banishes a lot, so you want to get your spellbooks back. And you can make the Secrets High Priestess Eternity play, which lets you pop for an Eternity. Ahaha. Then for the single spellbooks, 1 life, because this is the only other card that can bring out World. And also just lets you reborn monsters, which is not bad. 1 power. I used to play power at 2 and Eternity at 1, but Eternity was just too essential. Then I tried to do 1 wisdom and 2 power. Wisdom was too essential, so I finally just cut power to 1. Although power I normally play at 2 because it not only buffs your monster to 1,000, but lets you search out a spell book if you destroy a monster, which is really nice. Then I play the 1 Fate. By hands down, the best battle card in the game. It is it's a compulse that sends spells and traps back to the hand, a Book of Moon, and also just a free removal, which is absolutely amazing. I play 17 spellbooks. You kind of need a higher spellbook count if you're going to be playing the Triple Priestess. Most people only play 15 actually. Then I'm playing 2 MSTs. The thing about MST, although people are saying, oh, this isn't nearly as good anymore, especially with artifacts running out, I agree with them. But the thing is, if you have to remember, if you destroy their Moral Talk, on their turn they get no effect, which is really important. So 2 MSTs, and also stuff like Mistake is there. It just ruins this deck. Imperial Iron Wall, Mistake, those things just kill this deck ridiculously fast. Then I'm playing 1 Book of Moon and 1 Dark Hole. Dark Hole is just there because I need to get rid of Thunder King. Although it's not the best way to get rid of Thunder King. If you have this hand and your opponent has a Thunder King, flip Dark Hole, boom. You need to get rid of it. If you can hear in the background, my sister and my family are watching Legend of Korra, but yeah, it's kind of annoying, but you know, I want to bring this deck profile to you guys. So for traps, 3 Reckless Greed, because Reckless Greed is so broken in this deck with Tower, and especially with the upcoming new changes to the game, this is going to even be more broken in my opinion, because now you get like draw extra, and I think this card will be hit eventually. Then for my discard outlets, because if you're running World, you need to run discard outlets, especially if you find it in your hand. If you find it in your hand, you are so screwed if you're not running discard outlets. So I'm playing the 1 Raigeki Break, actually 2 Raigeki Break. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of tired, and also feeling kind of emotional right now. Because I would play playing 2 Phoenix Wind Blast, I only play 1 right now. I only have 2 breaks, and 1 Wing Blast. Wing Blast sets your opponent back a turn, which is really nice. But Raigeki Break is there just to get rid of your opponent's monsters and traps and spells and whatnot. It's also actually good MST. So that does it for the traps. I'm going to play 6. And I'm going to explain to you why this deck holds a very special place in my heart. Basically what happened was, if you didn't watch one of my trade proof videos, the guy who I was trading spellbook stuff for, he basically like cheated me or just sent it to the wrong address, and I never got my stuff, and I lost all my trades in that situation, and also didn't get my spellbook stuff, so I was set back for a long time, and I couldn't focus on that because I did have a high school finals to worry about. But when I finally finished high school finals, I still didn't have the money nor the trades to get my spellbook stuff. So I asked my father, and the surprising thing was, he said yes. Now, why is it so surprising? Because my parents do not approve of me playing this game that much, and he approved of it, and he got the last cards I needed, which were one of these, this guy. Sorry if you can't see it. I don't know whether the camera lens actually is. I'll just put it right there. This one, which is actually British so we got a pretty good deal on that. And 2 of my first dead secrets. So he was willing to get these for me, and this equal to about $50, which is actually not bad, but still really high in terms of money, because we don't have that much money in the family right now. And although we're not like in poverty or whatever, he was still willing to get this for me. So this deck really held a special place in my heart, because he agreed to help me on this, which is absolutely amazing. And finally, the reason why I'm playing 3 Priestess was because I got this one. And this one I will never trade this Priestess away. Never, ever, ever. Even if its price goes down, way down there, I'm never getting rid of it. Now, the reason why is because I was at my locals today. I was looking for a second Priestess, so I got an ultra rare one from one of my friends. He was really nice. He got my spellbook stuff from me from the crowd, because I'm not nearly as well acquainted there. But what happened was, I saw in the case this Priestess is the only one there. It was going for about $15. And my sister, I always buy her stuff, okay? I spent at least $100 on her in cards alone, not to mention a lot of other things. And it's actually set me back a lot of times, but I was willing to do it. She knew I wanted Priestess because of this deck. And although I had already gotten one, she still bought me this Secret Priestess. Now, the other Priestess I had gotten was the ultra rare one, which is going for about $5-6 right now. $7 at max. But she bought me this Secret Rare, which was $15. And I'll tell you this right now, she only has $40 worth of spendings. So that was a huge sacrifice for me, and I nearly cried when she handed this to me, because that sacrifice alone, although I sacrificed a lot for her as well, this sacrifice was absolutely like touching, because she normally doesn't do this stuff for me. And so I'll never ever trade this Priestess away. Never ever. So sorry if I got a little bit emotional at the end, but you know, this deck is really, it has a very special place in my heart, because my sister and my dad helped me with these cards, and I was just absolutely like touched when they did that for me. So yeah, please leave in the comment section below what you think of this deck profile, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the story. Like, comment, subscribe. This is DragonComa signing out. Until later, see you guys.